Greetings YouTube and welcome back to my channel. You join me in mid-Wales. The fact there are sheep all over the road kind of makes me feel right at home being in Wales. I'm on my way to the Elan Valley to explore a beautiful part of the country. Tomorrow, which will be the next episode for you guys, but tomorrow I am joining BMW at their off-road skills centre for a two-day course on how to ride this big old bike off-road. But today it's all about the reservoirs, the forests, the gorges, the waterfalls. It's going to be fab. Let's have it! So I've been on the road for almost 4 hours now. It's been quite a cool journey. The temperature's only just crept up into double figures. It's 12 degrees now. Grey sky the whole way. I'm hoping the sun's going to put in an appearance before the day's out, because there are some stunning motorcycle roads ahead of us. I apologise if I'm a bit croaky and I sneeze and cough and all that kind of stuff, because I've managed to pick up a cold along the way. I think the medical term for my condition is minging, I think. Anyway, about 3.9 miles from the Elan Visitor Centre, where I'm going to call in and get myself a coffee and try and warm up, because it's a bit cold. Well, that's an absolutely beautiful view ahead of me. The promise of what's coming today's ride. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, I'm doing the BMW Off Road Skills course for the beginners level, which is where I'm sure I'm very naturally pitched, and that has brought me to Wales, and I thought, why not make a day of it today and come and check out the Elan Valley. I think I last rode round here on a Harley Davidson Road King with the chapter I was a part of at the time, about 20 years ago, taking the big old bike along some gravel roads and some stunning scenery. I'm on a better suited bike for it today, and then by the end of tomorrow and Monday, it's Saturday today, hopefully I'll even be better suited from a skills perspective for Nadgery gravel lanes and green lanes and all the kind of things that this bike can do and I can't really. But the sun is there trying to put in an appearance. It'd be lovely if it did. Right, there is a coffee with my name on it. Lots of leaves on the ground now. Autumn's well and truly upon us. And in front of me I can see a big reservoir wall. So already amongst them straight away. Looks like this is where the bikes go. I will follow suit. Right, let's warm up and then check out this amazing area. Again, apologies about sniffing into the mic, but I am full of lurgy at the moment. But it's that time of year, isn't it, I guess? Right, just let this do its thing. There we go. So I'm working my way along the reservoirs, can't speak, and it is going to be stunning, I'm sure, as is the next few weeks in the real world, in real time for me at the moment. Quite a few episodes lined up coming out with the channel, but I've been planning my very forthcoming. I actually set off in a week's time, although it's going to be a little bit longer before the footage appears on YouTube. I've been planning my Eastern European tour. Now, I said, just had a leaf hit me in the eye. I said I was going to head to Istanbul and back in 11 days, and even though that was worked out to be about 300 miles less than I did when I did Morocco and the Sahara in 11 days a couple of years ago, I just kept looking at the route and trying to work it out, and I couldn't get it to work for me at all. It was either just going to be loads of motorway riding and just not doing it justice. So I wasn't happy with it, so I had a whole day of planning, starting off with a ChatGPT like general kind of ask of coming up for a route with me, and then expanding on that and refining it, and I've come up with a route that isn't going to take me to Istanbul, but I'm going into Eastern Europe. I'm going to travel some of the most spectacular roads. It is going to be quite incredible. And obviously, as ever, you guys are invited. That's not that far away. But between now and that footage coming out, we've got all manner of things like Motorcycle Live just on the horizon, which I will be at, and would like to say hi to anybody who I come across. So I was just down there at the visitor centre, had a very nice cup of coffee and a cheese and onion pasty, which has set me up for what should hopefully be some spectacular riding. Again, water levels are down. When I was in Yorkshire a week or two ago, being shown around very kindly by the Bingley Wheeler, the reservoirs there were low as well. I'm sure they'll get replenished in the coming weeks and months, but it certainly has been a very dry summer. And of course, summer is behind us now. It's beautiful. Lots of really beautiful colours now. Everything's turning. If it's still on the trees, then it's quite often yellow or gold. It's a beautiful time of year. Got to say I prefer summer though. Oh, this is pretty. Hairpin. The route I have planned for next week is going to take in a hairpin or two. Providing some of the roads that I intend to ride aren't snowed in. We'll see. There's virtually no water in it. Wow. But those low water levels really aren't good at all. Presumably there will be lots of rain over the coming months. We can only hope. This is why I love owning an adventure bike, because you see a little track like this and having checked that there are no signs saying I'm not allowed, I can have a little explore. I wouldn't want to be coming up here on Mira's Speedmaster. And perhaps after Sunday and Monday and the off-road course, I'll know how to ride these things properly. all a bit loose. Don't see many of those old AA boxes anymore. Well, that was very nice to have a coffee and have a chat with a subscriber. It's getting to the point now where most places I go, especially if it's a bike related kind of place, that somebody will come up and say hi, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So if ever you see some sad looking git in his textiles all by himself having a latte, come and say hi. Love it. Cracking view. Right folks, that's me in and probably settled for the night. I've just looked at the weather for tomorrow and it's heavy rain, 80% chance from 7 o'clock in the morning right through until the evening, and the same again on Monday. So it's going to be interesting. It will make the learning of these new skills even more important because the conditions will be slippery, I'm sure, and my wet clothes at the end of tomorrow can hang nicely there on that biker tidy, which is a handy bit of kit. I could do one of those in my garage. So I do hope you enjoyed today's episode where I have my channel. You find me in South Wales where the forecast for the next 2 days is heavy rain without any let up. I am about to start the first day of a 2-day off-road skills course at the BMW training centre. Nothing is going to dampen my spirits, although I reckon it's going to prove to be quite interesting. Let's have it!
Yeah, they'll come down, yeah, they'll come down. Anything on the GS range will come down here. I don't know how many they'll send to us.
Just 1 or 2 bikes. If only it wasn't raining.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Mr. Baby. Thank you. Welcome to BMW Off Road Skills. Very sad day for us today, really, because this is the last school of this season.
Well folks, it is 24 hours after I was about to say goodbye in the video, and we've spent a day at the off-road course. I will show you as much footage as I managed to get before I was told that you're not allowed to film. Nothing to do with BMW. Apparently the landowner says they own the rights to any filming done on the land, so they're very, very strict about it. You had to remove your GoPros and Insta360s and all that stuff. Anyway, it has absolutely chucked it down all day long. Can't believe how wet I am. My hired motocross boots are absolutely sodden. These gloves I could wring out. Hopefully they'll dry a bit for tomorrow. It's now cleared up, but it's forecast is bad again for tomorrow. So well, it certainly feels better for having had a shower. Having said that though, these are all a bit wet and horrible, and I've got to put them back on because I've got a ride for the evening meal with the rest of the team, which is a couple of miles away, not too far. But anyway, it's good to be showered, good to be warm after what was an incredibly wet day out in the middle of the woods, the forest, on these gnarly gravelly tracks that became more and more rain soaked and mud washed as the day went on. So it's such a shame that I haven't been able to show you what we did today, because I had planned on another episode for today and then another episode for tomorrow as well, but as I said, I'm not allowed to film. But there's been lots of stuff which I will mention in coming episodes, certain technique things which are new to me. Some of it I'd already come across before. I'm doing the level 1 training. There's 3 levels here because I wanted to cover all of the basics, plus you've got to have done level 1 to do level 2, etc, etc. And it's been a really good day. I've definitely learnt loads of stuff. I'm riding much better off-road than I ever have done, and I think the biggest thing is confidence. Riding somebody else's bike, which the instructor said, you know, they're here to be abused, you're not going to drop your own bike, you're going to drop this if you drop it. Luckily I haven't today. You know, taking away the fear of dropping something and causing a really expensive mistake, big repair bill, it's far easier than I imagined. The bike just kind of glides around underneath you, jumping over rocks, wet rocks, through deep mud, climbing up steep hills with the back end swinging out all over the place as it's struggling to get purchase and traction, coming down mega steep hills where you're literally kind of hanging off the back of the bike virtually and trusting engine braking, stuff like that, tight U-turns and things like that, which a circle within a square, as they called it. I'll expand upon that another time. But you know, virtually hanging off the bike, counterbalancing it so that you could be full lock and doing incredibly small turns. Anyway, it has been really worthwhile, I've got to say, for me. I've got tomorrow to go, and then I will be heading home, and then it will be a new episode. So as I said, it would have been nice to have had another 2 episodes, but what can you do? You can only do what you can do. So I really hope you enjoyed today's episode, which was in fact multiple days. The Elan Valley yesterday, and a failed attempt at showing you the off-road skills course today. I'm about to go off to the dinner, which I will probably show you a little bit of footage of now.
Sorry, this is on your pipe.
The deal to regenerate it, and then obviously the wind farm, which...
Yep, okay, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the notifications button, share it, all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.